I think what people don't really understand, normal people who don't, have experiences with these type of things, is that me personally, I had no idea what was going on. It's not like I became angry at something or that something had really happened to me that was emotionally devastating. It was just like I lost touch with reality. I had been a normal kid, happy-go-lucky. My friends would poke fun at me because I was always smiling and always making jokes, and I was the most upbeat. And then in a matter of days, like my mom said, everything became sort of. It felt like the reality that I had known was distant, and I couldn't communicate. I was at that point hearing voices.
You were?
Yes, mainly in music. I don't know how to explain it, but the song lyrics would change, and they would say hateful things, racist things, homophobic things. They would tell me to harm people. They would talk about harming people. And I really didn't know how to vocalize it because I think any rational person would be like, "You're making this up. This isn't true, Andrew." It's sort of like the boy who cried wolf. So I figured I wouldn't cry because no one was going to come for me.
So did anybody ever come up with a diagnosis here?
At that point, it was determined that Andrew had psychosis, otherwise unspecified. And that was in June of 2008. And he was in the hospital for about 5 days. Then he came home and he was better after receiving some medication, and he was seen by a psychiatrist for several months. And then he went off his medication after about 6 months, and about 3 months later, without any other form of treatment, no more visits to the psychiatrist, no more talk therapy, he had his second psychotic break.
So eventually, Andrew, did they tell you what you had, what you were suffering from?
Yeah, my family and I met with a psychiatrist at UCSF, and after one meeting, probably 30-minute meeting, he decided that I had schizophrenia, and I didn't feel very good about this diagnosis because undisclosed psychosis it sounded 10 times better than schizophrenia. When I thought of schizophrenia, I thought of teenagers, beating up people and, breaking laws and acting like hooligans in a way, out of control. And that certainly wasn't me. I was never physically aggressive, sometimes frustrated, but I never hurt anyone in my experiences with psychosis.
Or otherwise.
Yeah.
But you said that when you were hearing voices, especially in this song, they were kind of urging you on to some sort of physical something.
But my parents brought me up well, and I knew that this is something that's totally unacceptable in society to hurt anyone. And so I resisted these messages that I thought were being sent to me. And I'm glad that I was able to persist and to avoid any physical altercation.
Thank you and good afternoon. After you just saw that video, Psychosis, I'll explain my own situation here. I did have an emotional things that happened to me, but much like him, I don't think that's why the psychotic break happened. Chatting and getting online and addicted to dating sites was also a problem for mine. Also a way of abuse from priest was also a problem. At that point, I'm not, as far as being the point of being a psychosis, I'm not sure if that was it. I mean, I lost my girlfriend because I was sick about and made some mistakes along the way. I heard voices in music much like this person speaking in my head. I would get full of things in my mind that didn't make any sense. I don't like myself, I repeated to myself. I want to climb a wall to get out of it, the hospital in Minigers. When I was in Minigers, I believe that a lot of people thought I was making it up, the staff, and that definitely didn't help, even if they felt like that. And the way they treated me did not help. Until 2018, 2019, I was still sick. From 2016, over years and years and years. I had psychosis other known as unspecified psychosis. I will say, taking my meds at that time, I did not at 2016, or I did not take them consistently. I'm not sure, but I don't think anger really had anything to do with my psychosis either. Always smiling when I was energetic and having fun, and a smiley kid. I believe it happened in August 2015 and continued to get worse. May of 2016, I was horrible and probably should have gone to the hospital then. But then I went 2016 and everything hit the fan. In reality, I was so out of place, I don't remember much of 2016. In August, I believe I was sick for 3 or 4 years until 2021, and then I hit rock bottom again in 2022. Seemingly not happy with my diagnosis and accepting it. Always, I got better at accepting it, and then it came back. Cardinals would lose the first of the two doubleheaders, 6-2. Ronaldo Lopez got the win, and Kyle Gibson got the loss. Cardinals play again tonight at 5:15. Braves will have Bryce Elder and Matthew Liberatore. This is the rubber match of the series, and the Braves won the first of the two doubleheaders today. And the Cubs will play the Giants 8:45. Holden Witzke will go for the Cubs, and Hadron Bridesong Hayden will make his major league debut. And here, the Royals were down 1-0, and the Royals offense was struggling, but here came the bats alive in the bottom of the 8th. The Royals were down 1-0 in the bottom of the 8th inning with 2 out and nobody on. Bobby Witt Jr. tripled to get him at third. Here is that.
He was hit by a pitch in the first. That's to the gap and will go deep. And Bobby is around second, on his way third, and he dives in with a triple.
The Royals would tie the game with a single to tie it at 1 after Bobby Witt Jr.'s single and Vinny Pasquantino, or after Bobby Witt Jr.'s triple and then Vinny Pasquantino's single. Here's the single.
We have 2 outs in the 8th. And Vinny, it's a line drive into center field. Fans can breathe now. Exhale. That's what it takes.
Then a steal of second by Darren Blanco. And then a double by Salvador Perez to give the Royals a lead. Here is that.
Line. That is a fair ball. Salvador Perez. With all those zeros, with his salary and on the scoreboard today, he puts the Royals in front 2-1.
After the Royals got, James MacArthur came in and saved it. And that's Sam on Sports.